Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Ari with HOI Las Vegas, coming again with another episode of The Truth. But before we get started, I'd like to give honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Yahushua. I'd like to give a double honors to the elders that paved the way in this truth. We can get right to it. Let's start with the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 5, and it reads, "Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine." So if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments that was given to us, we'll be that peculiar treasure unto the Lord, right? That's why it's important for us to follow his law, statutes, and commandments, right? The laws are not done away with, or he wouldn't be saying this, right? You have to have some type of structure, some type of guidelines, some type of laws to go by. Like, we live by laws every day, right? We walk in this world, hey, it's laws, it's NRS code, it's all types of stuff, man, that we have to follow. It's laws that we have to follow in everyday life, right? When we're driving, we have laws that we have to uphold in order to get behind the wheel. It's a stop sign right here. You got to stop at that stop sign. Don't just drive through it. It's a red light. Don't just drive through it like it's as if it's a green light, you know. And a lot of our people is living their life like doing what they want to do. That's like, hey, it says stop, and you go. You say, I don't care if it's a stop sign. I don't care if it's a red light. I'm gonna drive through it. Well, just like in life, you got consequences. You run that red light, you know, you're going to get a ticket. And then eventually, you know, you get your license taken away, your privileges taken away. And then ultimately, you can end up in jail, right? Because you can cause an accident, get somebody killed. It's the same thing in this truth. We have law, statutes, and commandments that we have to follow in order to live life, right? We are to fear the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's plain upon tables, right? Let's go to the book of John, 3 John, chapter 1 and verse 4. And it reads, "I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth." Right. It's a joyful thing for the Lord, man, to hear that his children are going following his law, statutes, and commandments, and fearing him and coming back to him, repenting and coming back to him, right? And are waking up. It's a joyful thing, right? That we walk in truth, right? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Right. So that's plain upon tables, man. It don't say no other nations. It said, hey, the Israelites, man, the 12 tribes, we are the chosen people, right? We are the peculiar treasure, right? And we're going to read that in the NLT as well. It's Deuteronomy 7 and 6 in the NLT. "For you are a holy people who belong to the Lord your God. Of all the people on earth, the Lord your God has chosen you to be his own special treasure." He chose us to be his own special treasure. So it's responsibilities that we have to keep in order to stay in those good standings with him, to continue to be his peculiar treasure, right? We got to follow the rules. We got to keep the covenant, right? We got to follow the law, statutes, and commandments and fear him. That's the only way we can stay in good status with the Lord, with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, right? But with that, keep reading, praying, fasting, studying, staying diligent, stay abounded in the work of the Lord. Stay 10 toes down for the Lord, because he 10 toes down for you and gave you another 24. And remember, this ain't a race. This is a marathon. We got to endure until the end, right? You got to be willing to die for this truth, because ultimately it's going to come down to that. You're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to choose a side. And in those times, Lord willing, you in the right spirit, right? Lord willing, you done built your spirit up to withstand the trials and tribulations to come, the torments, right? Things that's on its way. Hopefully you done built up enough, spirit. You built your spirit up enough where you can withstand these things to come, right? And also, we have to continue to examine ourselves and make knock off those checks off the list, purge off that old man, and keep them off, right? Because this ain't a game. It's getting real serious out here. They already talking about this. It's about to be a blackout and things like that. Like all technology, they're stating that all technology is supposed to be, being out. And then too, you got Trump talking about, if they don't release them hostages in Israel, hey man, all hell gonna break loose. That's what he said out his mouth. He said all hell gonna break loose out there. He gonna drop bombs over there, man. So we need to be ready, because we don't know how fast this thing is gonna escalate, right? That's why it's time for us to be prepared, gather together, start working together on buying land and building, man. Like, now's not the time to be, lollygagging, Now's the time to be getting your household in order and getting your spirit in order and getting prepared for them days to come, right? But with that, that's the truth. Shalom.